Hello everyone, I am Vijaya from Vijaya Academics. Today I'll be going to discuss about CTAT exam which is being going to conduct in the month of January 2024. See, this is information bulletin. Let us see in detail what is in that. Date of examination is 21st January 2024, that is Sunday. Okay. So, what are the instructions here given? I am reading all those instructions. Please listen to it carefully because I know that it is not possible for you to read each and every line. So, I am reading it for you. Uh, just updating myself and updating yourself also related to CTAT. Okay. Let us proceed with that now. Candidates can apply for CTAT January 2024 online through CTAT website. This is the website given, https://ctat.nic.in with effect. That means from today onwards, you are going to fill up, you can apply for that CTAT exam. And the last date is 23rd November and that too before 12 p.m. Okay, 11:59 it has been given. The candidates applying for the CTAT is required. Now, what are the requirements for the CTAT exam for that particular candidate? To go through the information bulletin carefully with the entire requirement therein. To satisfy eligibility to appear in the examination. To submit online application by giving full particulars by accessing the CTAT official website. You are going to go over there on this official website. To write complete mailing address with postal pin code at the time of applying. Remember, teachers, postal pin code is important, so don't forget while applying. Before submission of application form, decide the mode of payment of fees. To keep the confirmation page along. If a candidate submits online more than one application, his or her candidature shall be liable to be cancelled and the candidate may also be debarred for the future examination. No communication will be sent in this regard. Remember, teacher, you are not going to resubmit again and again application. So carefully fill all the details given by the Cbse. Okay, and just submit after checking all that form once only. Okay. Method of submission of online application form. Step 1, log on to CTAT official website, http ctat.nic.in. Go to the link, apply online and open the same. Fill in the online application form and note down registration number, application number. Upload letter scan photographs and signature. Pay examination fee by debit, credit card, and net banking. Print confirmation page for record and future reference. It is important to take the printout of that confirmation page. Registration procedure. Let us see what is there. Authentication form. Fill details like state, identification type. Select any identifier as applicable. Candidate's name, date of birth, and gender. Fill online application form. Fill complete online application form and choose password. After submission, a registration number, application number gets generated. Note down the registration number, application number. Remember, teachers, you are going to now note down registration number and application number positively. For subsequent login, system generated registration number, application number, and the chosen password will be used. So whenever you want to log in, you are going to use that application number, okay, and registration number. So it is very, very important to note down that number. Password policy will be as follows. Password must be 8 to 13 character long. Password must have at least one uppercase, one lowercase alphabet, and one numeric value, and at least one special characters. These are the special characters. From this, you are going to choose one. Candidate can change the password after login if desired. New password cannot be identical to any of the previous 3 passwords. Candidate is advised not to disclose or share the password with anybody. Neither CTAT nor NIC will be responsible for violation or misuse of the password of a candidate. Candidate should log out at the end of the session so that the contents of the application cannot be tampered by unauthorized persons. So be careful while filling that application. Now, let us see what is there. Online uploading or scanned images. Uploading of scanned photo and signatures are mandatory. Upload scan photograph and signature in JPG and JPEG format. Remember, photograph and signature in the format of JPG and JPEG only. Size of the scan photograph should be between 10 to 100 KB. This also, don't forget, the size of the photograph is 10 to 100 KB only. Image dimension photograph should be 3.5 centimeter width multiplied by 4.5 centimeter height. Size of the scan signature should be between 3 to 30 KB. Image dimension of the signature should be 3.5 centimeter length multiplied by 1.5 centimeter height. The candidates are advised to keep the scanned images of latest photograph and signature of the candidates ready in JPG format and as per the size and the dimension specified before applying online. See, all the details are given here related to scan images. According to that only, you are going to upload the images. The scan images of latest photograph is required to upload to avoid the inconvenience at center, as this photograph will be matched with the actual candidate appearing in the examination. Now, this is the information related to payment. Pay examination fee category general OBC, only paper first and second is rupees 1,000. Both paper first and second rupees 1,200. See, if you are going to give only first paper or second paper, the fees is 1,000. But if you are giving both first and second paper, the fees is 1,200. SC, ST, abled person, rupees 500, rupees 600. GST and applicable will be charged extra by the bank. Mode of payment. By online mode, payment be debit card, credit card, and net banking. Downloading of confirmation page. Candidates are required to take printout of confirmation page for record and keep it their reference. The confirmation page is not required to be sent to CTET unit. The candidate should satisfy his or her eligibility before applying and shall be personally responsible in case he/she is not eligible to apply as per the given eligibility criteria. Candidate should enter his or her particulars, that is name, father's name, mother's name, date of birth as per class 10 certificate. Please note that no request for any changes in particular will be accepted under any circumstances after the specified date for online correction is over. Remember that you are going to write all the details as per your class 10 certificate. Whatever name is there in that, father's name, mother's name, date of birth, everything as per the class 10 certificate. I hope you have understood all these things. Online application submission. Candidates can apply online through CTET website. This is the website name. The candidate should be supply all the details while filling the online form and upload scan images of latest photograph and signature. After successful submission of data and requisite fee, candidates are required to take printout of confirmation page, correction and updation in details. The candidate's particulars cannot be changed, edited once the examination fee has been submitted. However, the facility of corrections in the particulars except city of examination may be made available on the portal during the specified period, which will be notified on the website of CTET. The board will not be responsible for any consequences arising out of non-acceptance of any correction, addition, deletion in any particular once filled in the application form, whatsoever the reason may be. The candidate shall be permitted to make online correction in their following particulars, that is name, father and mother name, date of birth, category, differently able category, paper opted, paper first, or paper second, subject to availability of capacity in particular city. Subject for paper second, language first, and or second opted. Address of correspondence and the name of the institution, college, university from where she has obtained her B.Ed degree, diploma in elementary education, etc. This facility or the correction will be provided only once. Fees once remitted shall not be refunded or adjusted for future test under any circumstances. No change will be accepted through offline mode, that is through fax, application, or by email, etc. No correspondence in this regard will be entertained. Please note that no request for any change in particular will be accepted under any circumstances after the specified date for online correction is over. So teachers, please be careful while uploading the form. First of all, check the details and then upload it. The dates for downloading admit card will be available on Ctet websites for latest updates. Please visit Ctet official website regularly. The address for correspondence is Deputy Secretary, Central Teacher Eligibility Test Unit, Central Board, Secondary Education, PS1 Institutional Area Extension, Patap Arganj, Delhi. Contact number is given and here email is given. Okay, the candidate must in confirmation page qualifying the Ctet would not confer a right on any person for recruitment employment as it is only one of the eligibility criteria for appointment. For latest update, please visit to Ctet website. The candidate should mention their own mobile number and email ID while submitting their online application. As the Ctet alerts, information will be sent to the candidates on their registered mobile number and email ID. Now, let us see what is given in detail. The first is background and rationale. In accordance with the provision of subsection Section 23 at the RT Act, National Council of Teachers Education, NCTE, with notification dated 23rd August 2010, subsequently amended from the time to time as laid down, the minimum qualification of a person to be eligible for appointment as a teacher for class 1st to 8th. It had made inter alia provided that one of the essential qualification for a person to be eligible for appointment as a teacher in any other school referred to in clause in section 2 of the RT Act is that she should pass the teacher's eligibility test, that is TAT, which will be conducted by the appropriate government in accordance with the guidance framed by the NCTE. The rationale for including the TAT as a minimum qualification for a person to eligible for appointment as a teacher is as under. It would bring national standards for and benchmark of teacher quality in the recruitment process. It would induce teacher education institutions and students from these institutions to further improve their performance standards. It would send a positive signal to all the stakeholders that the government lays special emphasis on teacher quality. The Ministry of Education, Government of India has entrusted the responsibility of conducting the Central Teachers Eligibility Test to the Central Board of Secondary Education, Delhi. Short title, these rules will be called as Central Teachers Eligibility Test Rules. Definitions. These are the definitions given. What all these definitions stands for. Now, schedule for the examination. The schedule of Ctet January 2024 is given below. The exam will be on 21st Jan 2024, paper second and paper 1. Paper second will be 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon. It will be of 2:30 hours. 2 hours 30 minutes. Paper first 2 to 4:30 p.m. Again, the timing is 2 hours 30 minutes. Mode of submission of application. A candidate can apply the Central Teachers Eligibility Test online by logging on CTET official website. Before applying only, please ensure to have following documents. See, all these details, I have already explained it to you. In case of fee payment status is not okay, the candidate are advised as following. If the fee is paid through credit debit card and a status is not okay, it means the transaction is cancelled and the amount will be refunded or to the concerned credit debit card within a week. Such candidates have to pay the fee once again. If the fee is paid through net banking and status is not successful, it means the transaction is not completed. Such candidates have to pay the fee. Please note that fees submitted by the other mode like money order, demand draft, IPO, etc. will be rejected. Fees once paid will not be refunded under any circumstances. Now, what is the eligibility? The minimum qualification for appearing in the CTET as notified by NCTE, the candidates are advised to visit to NCTE to ascertain their eligibility. The minimum qualification for teaching staff should accordance with the following: National Council at the Teacher Education regulations as amended and notified from time to time. Minimum qualification laid down by the recruitment rules for the teachers by the appropriate government, whereas the school is situated, the recruitment rules for the teachers of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan or Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti. The candidate should satisfy his or her eligibility before applying and shall be personally responsible in case of she is not eligible to apply as per the given eligibility criteria. It is to be noted that if candidates has been allowed to appear in the central teacher eligibility test, it does not imply that the candidate's eligibility has been verified. It does not waste and write with the candidates for appointment. The eligibility shall be finally verified by the concerned recruiting agency's appointing authority. Note, as notified by NCTE, relaxation up to 5% is the qualifying marks in the minimum educational qualification for eligibility shall be allowed to the candidates belonging to the reserved categories such as SC, ST, OBC, and differently abled. Structure and content of the CTET. All the questions in the CTET will be multiple choice questions with 4 alternatives, out of which one answer will be most appropriate, each carrying 1 mark, and there will be no negative marking. There will be 2 papers of CTET. Paper 1 will be for a person who intends to be a teacher for classes 1st to 5th. Paper 2 will be for a person who intends to be teacher for classes 6th to 8th. A person who intends to be teacher for both levels will have to appear in both the papers. For classes 1st to 5th, primary stage, duration examination 2.5 hours, and structure and the content all compulsory. Here it has been given child development and pedagogy compulsory, 30 marks, 30 MCQs, 30 marks, language compulsory, 30 MCQs, 30 marks, language compulsory, 30 MCQs, 30 marks, mathematics, 30 MCQs, 30 marks, environmental studies, 30 MCQs, 30 marks, total 150 MCQs and marks 150. Nature and standard of questions. The test items on child development and pedagogy will focus on educational psychology of teaching and learning relevant to the age group of 6 to 11. They will focus on understanding the characteristics and needs of diverse learners, interactions with learners, and the attribute and qualities of a good facilitator of learning. The test items in language will focus on the proficiencies related to the medium of instruction. The test item in language second will focus on the elements of language, communication, and comprehension abilities. Language second will be language other than language first. A candidate may choose any one language as language 1 and other as language second from the available language option and will be required to specify the same in the confirmation page. Here opt two languages in which you wish to appear for CTAT. This is the list of the languages, and the code is also given. English 1, Hindi 2, Assamese 3, Bengali 4, Garo 5, Gujarati 6, Kannada 7, Khasi 8, Malayalam 9, Manipuri 10, Marathi 11, Mizo 12, Nepali 13, Odia 14, Punjabi 15, Sanskrit 16, Tamil 17, Telugu 18, Tibetan 19, and Urdu 20. The test items in mathematics and environmental studies will focus on the concepts, problem-solving abilities, and pedagogical understanding and applications of the subjects. In all these subject areas, the test items will be evenly distributed over the different divisions of the syllabus of that subject prescribed for classes 1st to 5th by the NCERT. The questions in the test for paper 1st will be based on the topics prescribed in syllabus of the NCERT classes 1st to 5th, but their difficulty standards as well as the linkage could be up to the secondary stage. Paper 2nd for classes 6 to 8th, elementary stage, duration of examination 2.5 hours, structure and the content. Child development and pedagogy compulsory 30 MCQs, 30 marks. Language compulsory 30 MCQs, 30 marks. Language second compulsory 30 MCQs, 30 marks. Mathematics and science 60 MCQs, 60 marks. Then social studies, social science 60 MCQs, 60 marks. Total 150 MCQs, 150 marks. The test items of the child development and the pedagogy will focus on educational psychology and teaching and learning relevant to the age group of 11 to 14. They will focus on understanding the characteristics, need, and psychology of diverse learners, interaction with learners, and attribute and qualities of a good facilitators of learning. The test items in language first will focus on the proficiencies related to the medium of instruction. The test items in language second will focus on the elements of language, communication, and comprehension abilities. Language second will be the language other than language first. A candidate may choose any one language as language first and other language as second from the available language option and will be required to specify the same in the confirmation page. And same numbers are there as above for the language code. The test items in mathematics and the science and the social science will focus on the concepts, problem solving, and the abilities and pedagogical understanding and application of the subjects. The test items of mathematics and the science will be 30 marks each. The test items will be evenly distributed over different divisions of the syllabus that subject as prescribed for classes 6 to 8 by NCERT. The question in the test for the paper second will be based on the topics prescribed in syllabus of the NCERT for classes 6 to 8, but their difficulty standards as well as the linkages could be up to the senior secondary stage. Language of the question paper. Main question paper shall be bilingual, Hindi and English. Qualification and the marks and the award CTAT certificate. As per the CTAT notification dated 11/2/2011, a person who scores 60% or more in the TAT exams will be considered as TAT pass. School managements, government, local bodies may consider giving concession to person belonging to SC, ST, OBC, differently able person, etc., in accordance with their extent reservation policy. Should give weightage to the CTAT scores in the recruitment process. However, qualifying the CTAT would not confer a right or on any person recruitment employment, as it is only one of the eligible criteria for appointment. Applicability. The CTAT shall apply to schools of the central government, KVS, NVS, Central Tibetan schools, etc., and schools under the administrative control of UTs of Chandigarh, Dadar Nagar Haveli, Daman, Diu, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep, and NCT of Delhi. CTAT may also apply to the unaided private schools who may exercises the option of considering the Ctet. Schools owned and managed by the state government, local bodies, and aided schools shall consider the TAT conducted by the state government. However, a state government can also consider the Ctet if it decides not to conduct the state TAT. According to Cbse affiliation bylaws prescribing the minimum qualification of the teachers to teach various subjects in classes 1st to 8th in the schools affiliated to Cbse stands amended to that extent that it shall be mandatory that all the teachers appointed hereinafter, that is 6th March 2012, to teach classes 1st to 8th in the schools affiliated to Cbse shall qualify pass the Central Teachers Eligibility Test or Teachers Eligibility Test TAT conducted by the appropriate central state government in accordance with the guidelines framed by the NCTE for the purpose. The validity period for the Ctet certificate, the validity period of the Ctet qualifying certificate for appointment shall be for a lifetime for all the categories. There is no restriction on the number of the attempt a person can take for acquiring a Ctet certificate. A person who has qualified Ctet may also appear again for improving his or her score. Examination center. List of the examination cities where the Ctet will be conducted is given in Appendix 3rd. Candidates is required to give 4 different options in order to their preference, while every effort will be made to allot a center in one of the places opted by the candidates. The board reserves its discretion to allot a center other than that of the candidate's choice anywhere in India in case the number of the candidates in any other notified city is very less for running the examination center or any other specific reason. The board, as its discretion, may not conduct the examination in that city, and the candidates who opted the city as first choice may be allotted examination centers to the other city opted at second, third, and fourth choice or any other city. Under no circumstances, the center once allotted shall be changed by the board. Admit card. The candidates may download e-admit card from CTET official websites and appear for the examination as given center. In case of any discrepancy noticed in e-admit card regarding particulars, the candidates, photographs, and the signature or any other information which is different from confirmation page, she may immediately contact CTET unit for unnecessary correction. For unnecessary corrections, the candidate shall report at the examination center at 7:30 a.m. for paper second and 12 p.m. for paper first. That is 120 minutes before the commencement of the examination. Candidate who reports at the examination center after 9:30 a.m. in paper second and after 2 p.m. in paper first shall not be allowed to appear in the examination. Remember that teachers, you are supposed to reach for the examination in center 120 minutes before. The candidates are advised to read the instructions on admit card carefully and follow them during the conduct of examination. Procedure for conduct examination. Procedure for conduct examination is given Appendix 2nd. Candidates are advised to go through the instructions carefully. General OBC rupees 1,000, rupees 12,000. This already I have discussed about. The fees, verification of eligibility. It is noted that if candidate has been allowed to appear for the central eligibility test, it does not imply the candidate's eligibility has been verified. This also I have discussed. Furnishing of the false, wrong, or inaccurate information. Furnishing of false, wrong, inaccurate information may lead to cancellation of the test result. Rechecking evaluation. There shall be no re-evaluation, rechecking of result. No correspondence of the regard shall be entertained. Facilities for PWBD candidates to appear in the examination. Person with disability 40% or more, if will desire to bring their own scribe to assist them in the examination. The facility to scribe will be allowed to any person with the benchmark disability as defined under section number 2R of the RPWD Act 2016, and the limitations in writing, including that of the speed, if so desired by him or her. In case of person with benchmark disabilities in the categories of blindness, locomotor disability, both arm affected, and cerebral palsy and facility of scribe will be allowed if so desired by the person. In case of other category of person with benchmark disabilities, the provision of scribe will be allowed on production of the certificate to the effect that the person concerned has physically limitations to write, and scribe is essential to write examination on his behalf from the chief medical official, civil surgeon, medical superintendent of the government healthcare institution as performer of at appendix 5. The qualification of the scribe shall be at least one step below the qualification of the candidates taking the exam. The candidates with the benchmark disabilities and those covered under second of RPWD Act 2016 opting for own scribe shall be required to submit details of own scribe at the time of examination as per the performer appendix 6. In addition, the scribe has to produce a valid ID proof, PAN card, Aadhaar card, driving license, etc. In original at the time of examination. A photocopy of ID proof of the scribe signed by the candidate as well as the scribe will submitted along with performer at appendix 6. If subsequently it is found that the qualification of the scribe is not as declared by the candidate, that the candidate shall forfeit his her right to the claims relating thereto. The facility of scribe and or compensatory time shall be granted to those persons who specified disabilities covered under the definition of Section 2S of the RPWD Act 2016, but not covered under the definition of Section 2R of the said act. Person having less than 40% disability and having difficulty in writing subject to production of certificate to the effect that person concerned has limitation to write, and the scribe is essential to write examination on his or behalf from the competent medical authority of a government healthcare institution as per the performer. Compensatory time to be allowed PWBD case of 20 minutes per hour of examination. All the candidates with a disability not availing the facilities of scribe may be allowed compensatory time as above. Proper sitting arrangements, preferably at ground floor, would be made prior to the commencement of examination to avoid confusion. There will be separate question paper in large front of visually impaired candidates. Certificate and mark sheet. Cbse will provide central eligibility test mark sheet to all the candidates and eligibility certificate to successful candidates in digital format in their DigiLocker account. The mark sheet and the eligibility certificate will be digitally signed and will be legally valid as per the IT Act. The mark sheets and the eligibility certificate will also contain an encrypted QR code to enhance security. The QR code can be scanned and verified using the DigiLocker mobile app. The DigiLocker accounts of all the present candidates will be created and the account credentials will be conveyed to the candidates on their mobile and registered with Cbse. The candidates will be able to download their digital mark sheet and eligibility certificate using the communicated credentials. Weeding out rules. The record of the Central Teachers Ability Test, including OMR associates, is preserved only up to 2 months from the date of declaration of result, accordance with the Cbse examination weeding out rules. Thereafter, it will be disposed of as for the weeding out rules of the board. Display scan copy of the OMR answer sheet, answer key. The OMR answer sheet and the answer keys of CTET examination will be displayed on official websites of the CTET, for which a public notice will be issued on the website http://ctet.net. The candidates may download the same in the stipulated time as notified in the public notice. The answer key are likely to be displayed for 2 to 3 days to provide an opportunity to the candidates challenges the answers with a non-refundable prescribed fees of ₹1,000 per question as processing charges. In case they are not satisfied with any of the answers, only paid challenges made during stipulated time will be considered. Challenges without payment of fees Those submitted on any other medium will not be considered. The board's decision on the challenges shall be final and no further communication will be entertained. The board will not inform the candidates individually about their challenges. The subject experts will examine the challenges received and then final answer keys will be prepared by them. The result will be declared according to final answer keys in case challenges of answers on answer key is accepted by the subject expert. The amount will be refunded to the concerned candidate after declaration of result. After declaration of result, the candidates may seek photo copy of their OMR answer sheet of CTAT along with the calculation sheet by paying rupees 500 per OMR by way of demand draft in favor of Secretary Central Board of Secondary Education drawn on and nationalized bank payable at Delhi. No grievances with regard to answer keys after declaration of the results CTAT January 2024 will be entertained. Legal jurisdiction. All disputes pertaining to the CTAT shall fall within the jurisdiction of the Delhi only. The Secretary Cbse shall be a legal person whose name the board may issue or may be issued. Structure and the content of the syllabus paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 for classes 1st to 5th primary stage, child development and pedagogy, child development, primary school child, concept of development and its relationship with learning, principles of the development of children, influence of hereditary and environment, specialization process, social work, world and children, teacher, parent and peers. Piaget, Kohlberg and construct and critical perspectives. See, all these details are given here related to child development. Please, teachers, you go through this. Second is concept of inclusive education and understanding children with special needs and questions. Then learning and pedagogies. How many questions are going to come? It is given in detail. Then language first, language comprehension will come. That is of 15 marks. Pedagogy and language development, 15 questions will be there. Language second, comprehension will be there of 15 questions. Pedagogy, 15 questions. Mathematics, 30 questions. Content is given geometry, shapes and spatial understanding, solids around us, numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, measurement, weight, time, volume, data handling, patterns, money. Pedagogical issues are given, that is of 15 marks. Environmental studies, content, it is 15 marks. Then pedagogical issues, 15 marks. In this way, each and every subject pedagogy is there. Then for paper second, the same child development and the pedagogy. Then concept, inclusive education, understanding children with special needs, learning and pedagogy. Languages, in language, language comprehension is there. Pedagogy of language development, that is there. Same for the language second, comprehension, pedagogy and language development. Mathematics and science, the syllabus is given. Go through this. Geometry, then pedagogical issues are also given in the mathematics. Science, content is given. Okay, then pedagogical issues are also there in the science. Next is history, social studies, all the history is given. Then geography is also there in that. Then social and political life, pedagogical issues are also given. See, teachers, in each and every subject, pedagogical issues are there. So do detailed study of pedagogy. Okay, then CTET January 2024, Appendix 2, procedure to be followed during conduct of CTET. This already I have discussed about each and every aspect. Okay, just see now, the candidates must show the admit card downloaded from CTET official website for admission in the examination room hall. Then a seat indicating roll number will be allocated to each candidate. Candidate should find the find and occupy their allocated seat only. A candidate who comes after the commencement of the examination shall not be permitted to sit in the examination. And as I told, you are supposed to go 120 minutes before the examination. Any stationary items like textual material, printed, written, bits of papers, geometry, pencil box, plastic pouch, all these are not allowed. Any communication devices like mobile phones, Bluetooth, earphones, that is also not allowed. Any watch, wristwatch, wallet, goggles, handbags, gold, artificial ornaments, not allowed. Any other items which could be used for unfair means and for holding communication devices, gadgets like camera, Bluetooth devices are not allowed. Okay. No candidates without the special permission of the invigilator concerned will leave the seat examination room until full duration of the paper is over. Candidates should not leave the room hall without handing over their answer sheets to the invigilator on duty and sign the attendance sheet. Second time, cases where the candidates have not signed the attendance sheet, second time will be deemed not to have handed over the OMR sheet and dealt with as unfair means cases. Remember, teacher, this is very, very important. You are going to sign after handovering OMR sheet to the teacher. Second time, you are going to do signature over there. Smoking, chewing, gutka, spitting, examination hall room is prohibited. Tea, coffee, cold drinks are not allowed. 15 minutes before the commencement of the paper, each candidate will be given sealed test booklet with an answer sheet placed inside it. Immediately on receipt of the test booklet, the candidates will fill the required particulars on the cover page of the test book with their own ballpoint pens, black and blue. Remember, teachers, you are going to use ballpoint pens, black and blue pens are allowed. The candidates should bring their own ballpoint pen, black and blue, of good quality, as this time pen will not be supplied by the board. She will open the test booklet until asked to do so by the invigilator. Do not open booklet, the seal before announcement. Important instructions prior to the examination, 5 minutes before the commencement of the paper. The candidates will be asked to break open the seal of the test booklet. The candidate should check carefully that the test booklet code printed on side to the OMR sheet is the same as printed on the test booklet. In case of discrepancy, the candidate should immediately report the matter to the invigilator for the replacement of both the test booklet and the OMR sheet. The candidates will write the correct test booklet code or the number as given the booklet, test booklet, OMR sheet in the attendance sheet. The candidate must bring their own ballpoint pen, a good quality, as the time of pen will not be supplied. Candidates will mark the answer on OMR sheet only after the announcement of the invigilator. The test will start exactly at the time mentioned in the admit card. An announcement to this effect will be made by the invigilator. During the examination, invigilator will check admit card of all the candidates, verify the to verify the identity of the candidate. After completing the test and before handing over the OMR sheet, the candidate should check again that all the particulars required in the OMR sheet have been filled correctly. The announcement about the beginning of the test, half-time closing test will be made by the invigilator. The candidates must stop making their responses immediately after closing of the test. Announcement has been made by the invigilator. After break open the seal of the test booklet, the candidates must check that the test booklet contains the same number pages as mentioned on the first page of the test booklet. In case of any discrepancy in the test booklet, page missing, tear pages, misprinting, the same should be informed to the invigilator immediately. The candidate shall not remove any pages from the test booklet during the test. If any candidate found to remove pages from the test booklet, it would be presumed as use of unfair means and shall be liable for criminal action. The candidates must sign twice on the attendance sheet at appropriate place. Firstly, immediately after commencement of the test, for the second time while handing over OMR sheet to the invigilator. Unfair cases. A candidate appearing for the examination is found attempting use unfair means of examination for behaving in a disorderly manner. Candidates, after having entered and taken their seats, in the examination hall room, and after the distribution of the booklets, decide to appear, not to appear for the examination under one of the pleas, and decide to leave their seats or the examination with or without signing the attendance sheet second time, with or without submitting the OMR sheets to the invigilator, communicating with or disturbing other candidates, then being possessions, books, notebooks, papers, carrying, using electronics. This already I have discussed about it. Then impersonation, manipulation and fabrications in online documentation with admit card, affixing of fabricated photograph on the application form, appearing for examination for another candidate, arranging to have another person take examination to candidate, allowing making somebody to else making answers on candidates behalf during examination, helping or receiving help other candidates to impersonate, signing attendance sheet on somebody else on behalf of either partially or completely. Moving on to another candidate seat during the course of examination, providing admit card to another person to enable him to appear on behalf of the candidate. Instructions for use of test booklet and OMR sheet. The candidates will find the OMR sheet placed inside the sealed booklet. The sealed booklet will be broken open by the candidates after the announcement of the invigilator. Code like A, B, C, D printed on OMR sheet will be same as mentioned on the booklet. The OMR sheet used will be special type, which will be scanned on optical scanner. The candidate should ensure that the OMR sheet will not be folded. Do not make any stray marks on the OMR sheet. Do not write your roll number anywhere else except the specified space in the OMR sheet. The side one OMR sheet contains the following columns: roll number, name of the candidate, father's name, center name, name of the examination center, subject offered, etc. The side 2 OMR sheet contains, you are going to use blue or black pen. Use of pencil is strictly prohibited. Roll number, main test booklet number, language supplement booklet code, subject offered for paper second, language in which you have attempted the question, signing of the candidature. Writing of the particulars and the responses on side 2 with the ballpoint pen only will be filled up as follows: the roll number, test booklet numbers, and the language booklet codes shall be written clearly on side 2 of the OMR sheet, and corresponding circles should be clearly darkened in case of any mistake committed by the candidate in writing these details incorrectly, or darkening in the wrong circle may hamper the process of scanning of the OMR sheets and affect the results processing. Important instructions for marking responses. Out of 4 alternatives, for each question, only one circle of the most appropriate answer is to be darkened. The correct response to this question is Kathmandu. The candidate will locate question number this, answer sheet darken, circle 1 below 1, 2, 3, 4. The ballpoint pen is completely darkened, the appropriate circle, that is one circle for each entry. The answer circle marked darken once the candidate final is a final, not to be changed. A light faintly incomplete darkened circle is wrong method. So you are going to darken it clearly. If the candidate does not want to attempt any question, not darken the circle given against the question. Please do not fold the answer sheets. Do not make any stray marks on it. Rough work. The candidates will not do any rough work on the OMR sheet. All rough work is to be done on the space provided in the test booklet only. Changing the answers is not allowed. The candidates must fully satisfy themselves accuracy the answer before darkening the appropriate circle, as no change of the answer once mark is allowed. Prior to handing over the answer sheet, soon after the examination is over, the candidates must sign the attendance sheet as a proof thereof. In case of any discrepancy regarding the availability of OMR sheet of any candidate at the time of evaluation, it will be presumed that the candidates had taken away the answer sheet with the test booklet, and in case result of that candidate will not be liable to be, candidate will be liable to be cancelled. See, these are the state and cities are given. Okay. this is a important notes. All this already I have discussed. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood related to CTAT exams in detail. I hope this is helpful for you. Okay, this is given certificate regarding physical limitation in an examinee to write. You are going to provide this if you are physically handicapped. Okay, letter of undertaking for using own scribe. Here it is, certificate for a person with specified disability. That also you are going to give it to them. See, important information at a glance. Submission of online application form from today onwards. Then last date is 23rd November. Last date submission is again 23rd. Final verification 28. Online correction, if any, 28 November. Then download admit card 2 days before the day of examination. Date of examination is 21st January 2024. That is Sunday. Declaration of result by the end of the February 2024 tentatively. Then all those things I have already discussed. Entry of the examination center is 7:30. Then checking of admit card 9 to 9:15. Then distribution of the test booklet 9:15. Seals of the test booklet to be broken opened 9:25. Last entry of the examination 9:30. Test commences 9:30 and test concludes 12 noon. Same for paper first 12, 1:30, 1:45, 1:45, 1:55, 2 and 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Candidates will not be permitted to enter examination center after the commencement of the examination as per the time schedule given above admit card. Qualifying the CTT would not confer to right or any person of recruitment employment, as it is only one of the eligibility criteria for the appointment. The candidate should mention their own mobile number and email ID while submitting their online application, as the CTT alerts will be sent candidates on their registered mobile number, email, and ID only. So this is all about CTET Information Bulletin 2024. I hope again that all of you have understood in detail regarding CTET. Thank you. Thanks a lot. If you are new, like and subscribe my channel. Keep updating yourself.